wanna date powder coat it, but switching to a whole food plant-based lifestyle can be a little tricky.
But if you avoid these 5 mistakes, it'll be a whole lot simpler. Believe me, let's talk about it. Hey everybody, this is Dylan.
And this is Reeb.
We are all about making videos to help you simplify your whole plant food diet and lifestyle so that you can stick to it forever and ever. But if you make these 5 mistakes, it's gonna be a lot harder. I could think of like 50 mistakes, but we're gonna talk about 5. Maybe we'll even do a bonus.
Okay, number 1 is so serious, you guys. Not eating enough food or calories.
I think this is more commonly a problem than people realize. A lot of people that switch to a vegan diet think you just eat a bunch of salad or fruit, and it just does not work. You'll never be full and satisfied. You'll never feel that feeling of fullness, even though you might physically be full.
Right.
It doesn't last. And if you're eating the wrong things or not enough food, it's really going to be a big turn off. You won't have any energy. You're gonna wake up feeling like crap. You're not gonna like the food because of the way that it's making you feel. You're just gonna develop a hate for the food. It is a really serious pitfall.
Even if you are eating the right food, like some of our recipes, you need to go back for seconds and thirds. Watch our calorie density video. That plate of food is gonna be a lot less calories than a standard American plate that you are used to.
Absolutely. And you gotta eat a lot of starch. Everybody who's not vegan thinks the vegans just eat vegetables. Well, we eat a lot more than that. In fact, the bulk of our calories come from whole food starches, whole carbs that haven't been processed into junk food. Not only are they like the cheapest foods you can find in their plain old dry form, but they are the most filling foods, the foods that are going to keep you full and satisfied and do the exact opposite of what we're saying. It will make you feel 10 times better than eating a standard American diet. You'll actually feel like you don't have a food coma when you do get full and satisfied. You could like fill up and then go do exercise. It's actually awesome.
We talk about this in other videos, so check out Dylan's plant rants, but if you don't eat enough during the day, you're gonna go through the drive-thru at night, you're gonna binge, you're gonna find the junk food, because that is your body's innate drive to find calories. It's not you doing a bad job, it is your internal drive to find the calories that's gonna take over in that moment and get you into trouble.
Yeah, you're gonna recoil. You really need to make sure you're eating the healthy whole starches. That is what's going to fill you up. It's not just all about veggies.
Number 2 is trying to use your brain power to think of what recipes or meals to make.
This one is really important too. It is impossible to just remember out of your brain a recipe that you want to eat tonight. Nobody is that sharp. I make recipes all day long, and I still, if I don't have something set up in place, a system in place, which I'll explain, I'm gonna be like, well, I don't know what to eat, like just a can of beans. Actually, that's not a bad meal.
Right.
But you've gotta do something so that you aren't asking your brain to tell you what to make when the time comes, because it's gotta be brainless. It's gotta be no thought required. You have to make this so simple and natural that you really don't have to think at all. You just follow a little mechanical process and get it done. So what are the ways to fix this?
Well, I call this recipe amnesia. We like to keep our favorite recipes posted on the back of our pantry door. You could also put them on your fridge. Have our cookbooks out and around. Flip through them. Don't try to think with your brain about what recipe you're gonna make.
The nice thing about our recipes is we do pull from a pretty simple, basic list of ingredients that we get. It's like in our always in stock list. Don't get the meal planners, don't overdo it. Don't get 1,000 recipes and then you're gonna pick from all that. Pick from like 5 that you know you love and do them on repeat day after day after day. And when one gets old, swap it with another one. But don't ask your brain to do all of this for you. It will not work. You have to create a little bit of a system. Don't be intimidated by the word system. It's very simple. You can download our recipe amnesia book that Reeb's put together, and you've got some recipe cards there that are perfect for this. Really fast, easy, simple meals to nourish yourself and your family. How about mistake number 3, Reeb's?
Mistake number 3 is setting too high of food expectations. And this goes right along with what we were just saying. You need to lower your expectations on the meal you're gonna consume every single day of the week.
Yeah, you're not gonna just be cooking a couple meals a week so then you just do a really fancy job of those couple of meals. I feel like that's kind of the standard American way. You're going to be making all of your food. You need to simplify the way that you eat. Maybe a one-pot dish. It doesn't need to be a centerpiece and a million sides. It just can be one healthy, filling dish that you and everybody in your family eats. That's how we do it. And we get full and we're satisfied and we're ready to do the next fun thing in our lives.
And don't don't be afraid of leftovers. Leftovers are a gift, and we rarely have them around here. So when I do, I'm like, yes, a meal I don't have to make. If you've got a recipe you're making that you're not okay with having for lunch every single day, then take that out of your rotation.
That's a good point. Just make recipes that you love. We've got hundreds of recipes, so I know if you browse through our videos, our cookbooks, join our cooking show, you can get access to so many recipes. You're sure to find some you love. People are telling us all the time, so I know they're out there. Potato corn chowder, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
The number 4 big mistake is doing this for just weight loss. Weight loss is a side effect of eating healthy. It shouldn't be your main motivation. If it is, you're gonna be going up in weight and down in weight and up in weight and down in weight. You're gonna be restricting too much in order to lose weight faster. You're gonna experience a little bit of healthy, natural weight loss just by eating the right food, and then you're gonna try to double down on that and do even more. So, oh well, if I just kind of restricted a little bit in this area, well, I'll just do more of it and I'll lose weight even faster. This is a big mistake. Again, like we talked about earlier, you're gonna be in this binge and restrict cycle where you're holding back too much, and then your body's gonna recoil without asking you permission because you're restricting your calories too much.
I also think that just doing it for weight loss doesn't put enough, heart and soul into the reason that you wanna live a whole healthy lifestyle, Maybe you wanna be active, you wanna live to an old age, maybe you're trying to reverse a disease. It has to be a little bit more than just the weight loss. The weight loss will come. And Dylan always says, try to eat your forever diet and just let the weight loss happen naturally, because you wanna eat in a way where you're satisfied enough that you stay on this diet.
You take a job because you're gonna love the job, and then the money just comes. Think of it like that. The weight loss is just gonna come. Number 5, Reeves.
Number 5 is relying too hard on what you thought was a meal from your old days and recreating that instead of just finding new delicious recipes you love.
I think there are some exceptions to this. You can make some healthy versions of things that are from your standard American diet, but it is definitely a pitfall to get too stuck on this, to try to recreate all the flavors that you miss. You only miss them because you had them recently, and it hasn't been enough time for you to forget about all those things and realize how many other things are easier to put together with way fewer steps and way less ingredients and trouble. You can just eat these really simple things and you're gonna find that they satisfy you, like all of that stuff that you're craving right now used to satisfy you. People always ask me, how do I get through the cravings? Time, that's it. Go as much time as you can. It's no different from alcohol or any other addiction. So, I mean, it kind of is an addiction when we're eating this garbage day in, day out. The only thing that's gonna break you away from it is time. You just forgetting what all those things were like. It's been for me over 10 years. I don't crave cheese. I don't. When I make a cheese sauce, I'm not trying to make it taste like cheese. Lord, no. I don't want to taste cheese. The craving for cheese when I first got it started was quite strong. I was like, oh no, what am I going to do without cheese or meat or whatever?
Right.
And it felt like that for a little while. And then I realized, okay, that goes away. I just need to go longer.
And the more time you spend away from the bad stuff, the more your taste buds adjust. That is one thing that I have to convince people of when they're going plant-based is, I promise you your taste buds will change, and then you get to enjoy the real flavor of food in its whole natural form.
If you're brand new, it sounds a little crazy, but it really is a thing. Number 6, let's do a bonus, is spreading the word. Do not spread the word. I mean, if people in your family or friend circle really, really want to know what you're up to, fine. If they're really open and honest, they want to learn from you and your experience, then great. Have a conversation. But don't broadcast it to the world. Don't proselytize. Don't preach to everybody about your great health that you've had from this. The reason I can say this with such confidence is because I did it for a long time, and I made a lot of mistakes, and it cost me a lot of relationships, honestly, that are still there, but not the same way that they were before, because I was just way too annoying for too much time. I'm here for the people that want this information, and I'll give it to you so that you can get where I am faster than I got here. And those are the kinds of people that you should be able to open up to and talk to about this. And you'll know when they're asking you questions because they want to prove you wrong, or when they're asking questions because there's a chance they might need to do this in their own lives. You start to be able to tell the difference. So don't fall in the traps. People always set traps for us to get into these conversations that we don't want to get into. I never bring this up in person. I really only do it on my YouTube channel because I'm not trying to change people. You just go live whatever life works for you. I don't care. It's got no impact on me. I'm gonna live my life.
And that's why we've created things like our live cooking show, our Facebook group. These are areas where you can be with other like-minded people and talk about how much you love the lifestyle, or talk about some problems you might be having, but you're in good company. That's where you should be broadcasting to, is other like-minded individuals.
You need a sense of community, and that's what from the very start I was trying to create with Well Your World.
And if you've been eating this way for a while, add a comment below with your biggest mistake you made when going plant-based. We'd love to hear it. We'll put it in the next video.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.